morning YouTube. So second video. Firstly, thank you to the people that watched my first one, that took the time to watch it and comment. Apologies for the poor quality. I think it was a mixture of lighting and camera. I wasn't going to redo it. If I'd have redone it, I just don't think I'd have ever got around to redoing it. So I thought, let's upload it, let's move on. So that's what we're doing. Off the back of it, I thought to myself, well, what can I do going forward? You know, what else can I do? Obviously some, you know, pick-up videos and things like that. But in all truth, I really hadn't had many pickups. I don't tend to buy games off of eBay. I use CX a little bit, but not that often. I tend to go more for marketplace pickups, local pickups, car boots, which obviously there's none on, things like that. And obviously with lockdown, you know, there's not been an awful lot going on. So over the last, literally the last 3 weeks, I really hadn't picked an awful lot up. I'd got a couple of little bits, but they really weren't worth showing. I will show you them on here, but to actually make a video, it really wasn't worth it. And I uploaded the video on the Sunday morning, my first one, and went out Sunday afternoon and went on a little pickup. So it actually sort of made it worthwhile making a video. So let's get into it. I'll show you some of the bits of tap that I've picked up over the last few weeks first, and then I'll get into the slightly better pickup if you like. So first off, there was a lady on Marketplace selling lots of PS4 games, and she was doing them at £3 each or £4 for a tenner. She did have quite a lot of them, but there was FIFAs and Call of Duties in there and things like that. So I contacted her. She'd still got them all left, so I just picked up 4. These are really for trading at CEX. So I basically picked out the 4 that I thought were the highest trade value. So she only lived in the next village, so it only took me 2 minutes. And I popped over, and that's the first one. MR4 Moto Racer. Works with the PlayStation VR, that. No real idea on that one. Current gen, not my thing particularly. This one looks a little bit better. Survival horror. 7 Days to Die. So pick this one up. Sniper 3 Ghost Warrior. I like sniper games, but will I ever play it on PS4? Probably not. Probably not, to be honest. I've got a PS4 and we've got a few games, and there's other games I'd like to play before that. And the last one is Mortal Kombat X. I have played this actually. We did have this ourselves. In fact, I might still have it. I bought this and played it a little bit with my lads, like the Mortal Kombat games. So yeah, that was those 4. Basically, they'll probably just sit until I go to CEX and get traded in. I think the trade value is about £35 voucher on those 4, so for a tenner, not too bad at all. Second bit of tap, if you like. I went to pick up some toys on a local marketplace pickup, and as you do, asked the lady if she'd got any old video games as well, and she came back and she said, I've got a Nintendo DS with a couple of games. I said, how much do you want? She said a tenner. So I picked it up. Just a white DS, no charger. It all works. Did come though with a little R4 card, some games on it. So that's alright. Again, trade that in. Also came with Sonic Rush, Spectre's Call, obligatory brain training. So they can all get moved on. That was about it. So I'll tell you the story behind this little pickup, which is the better one, if you like. And a lady had a box console on Marketplace, and she had it on for £100, and that was far too much for what it was. But I did message her and ask her if she had any games with it, and she said no. She said we can't find them. So I just left it. And then last Saturday, I noticed she'd reduced the price to £70. So I thought, it's still a bit overpriced. I certainly don't need one of these. I've got 2 more boxed consoles and numerous loose consoles of this. But I did message her again and say, you know, any joy finding the games, etc. And she said no, but we'll have a little look. And then I sort of forgot about it. So Sunday, a day after, and literally just after I'd uploaded the video, and I was sort of thinking to myself, oh, it's going to be a while until I sort of probably have anything noteworthy to show. I was going out, and I took my youngest lad to McDonald's, and we were sitting in the drive-thru, and my phone pinged, and it was the lady with this box console, and she just messaged me saying, I found the games, are you interested? So I quickly sort of texted her back, because I was sort of nudging through the drive-thru with the other cars, and put, yeah, I'd certainly be interested, what have you got? And she texted me back, she said, okay. She said, there's 14 games with it. So I texted her and said, okay, you know, £70 with the games. Because with 14 games with this, you know, that sort of makes it a bit of a no-brainer then. But she said, no, I want 100. You want £100 now with the games. So I said, well, look, I've got the console. If you're saying the games are worth 30, will you sell the games on their own? She said no. She said, I want it all to go together, but if you like, you can have it for 90. So obviously, when you're doing it via Messenger and you're texting, you know, it's not instant. So by this point, we've gone through the drive-through, and I'm actually driving. So I said, yeah, I'm sort of, you know, kept pulling over, texting her, yeah, okay, I'll pay the £90. Can I have a picture of the games? I know that sounds odd, but if you can imagine, knowing just 14 games and the box console, it made it worthwhile. So about 10 minutes later, I seen the little banner pop up on my phone as I was driving, and the tiny little thumbnail picture of the games. I was like, yeah, okay, you know, I'm on my way. And then I texted her and said, have you got anything else? Any other old video games? And she came back and she said, let me have a look. She was about an hour away from me, so me and my lad, we sort of set off heading that way. And sure enough, a few minutes later, she came back. She said, we've got something called a Super Nintendo with 4 games. So like, okay. And how much do you want for that? She said, make me an offer. So I said, okay, can I see some pictures? So she sent me a picture of this Super Nintendo, and again, it was just the thumbnail that I seen as I was driving, and I thought that looks incredibly clean. That looks really clean for a Super Nintendo. So I got my lad and I said, will you just text her back and ask if we can see a picture of the games? So he did, bless him, and then a picture came through of these. I'll show you what she sent me, a picture of the Super Nintendo games. And firstly, they're in that, so they're not Super Nintendo games. First one, Donkey Kong on the Game Boy. Second, Wave Race. Third, Wario Land. Finally, Road Rash. She sent me a picture of all 4 of them. Confused me a little bit. Anyway, I had to stop and get some cash out from the cash machine. So then I had a little look, a closer look at the pictures. What I didn't do is take a closer look at the original pictures of the first lot of games she sent me. I just I looked at a picture of the Super Nintendo, and then it came to light whilst it was so clean. It's a classic. She thought, I don't know what I've just done with the games, but basically she thought the little Game Boy games went in this. Obviously they didn't, but it was all good. I didn't sort of get into it with her. It was just, I thought, well, I'm on my way now, we'll work it out when we get there. But I didn't really know how much she wanted on top for this. And again, don't need one of these. I've got two, but if it's reasonable enough, I'll take it. We'll trade it in. Let's just pop that out of the way. So eventually got to the lady's house. It was such a nice couple. I went in and they were having a good clear out. They were clearing out the garage. So I went into their lounge. They invited me in, and I said, "Oh, you know, sort of, you know, what you're doing? You're having a clear out?" They were like, "Yeah. We've been. Well, my husband had actually, unfortunately, lost his job during the first lockdown. So I think he was essentially retiring." And they were having a good clean out. They'd got some time on their hands. And I seen the console that I'd agreed the £90 on, and a shoebox or a light box with presumably the games in it. I could see the Super Nintendo. I could see the games. I explained to her then, you know, politely. I said that those games don't really work with it. And she said, "Yeah, we thought we couldn't work it out." She said, after I'd sort of messaged you, we tried to put them in it, and we couldn't work it out. So anyway, I sort of said, well, you know, the chances are then you've got a Game Boy somewhere as well. And she said, "Oh yeah, we've got a lot of stuff," she said, "but we're only doing the garage at the minute. We've not got to the loft yet." So I said, "Oh, okay, you know, well, if you do come across any more, the Game Boy or anything else, you know, you've got my number, sort of give me a shout." And they said, "Well, would you be interested in buying them?" And I said, "Well, what sort of money, you know, what are you thinking?" And they were like, "Oh, well, do you want to make us an offer?" Anyway, as I sort of panned around the kitchen, they'd got something else. Well, they've got a few bits out, sitting on the worktops and things like that. And something else caught my eye, and I thought, you know what, I like that. And I said, "Is that for sale as well?" And they said, "Oh yeah, that's for sale." But they said it goes with this. And what it is, I'll show you. It's not gaming related, but I do like these sort of things. I actually thought this was a lot older than it is. It's actually it's a Pioneer amplifier, and I think it was the colour that made me think this was probably older than it actually is. But it's actually a 2012 amp. I don't know if you can see, but it's got HDMI ports on the back. So this is from 2012, and I asked her about it, and she said, "Yeah, but it goes with a surround sound system." Anyway, I looked at the surround sound system, and I didn't want it. But she said we were looking for £100 for that and the surround sound system. The surround sound system was a Samsung, so it didn't actually go with it. So I really sort of didn't want that. But I said, "Would you sell it separately?" She said, "Yeah, you know, make us an offer." So I said, "Okay." Well, I'd been to the cash machine and I'd taken out £150 in cash. So I was dead honest with them. I said, "Look, I've come with £150. How about the amp, the little mini Nintendo, your few games, and the console with the other games?" And her husband just went, "Yeah, that's absolutely no problem. You know, take it all." So I was made up, absolutely made up. Hadn't really looked too much at the other games with this console. Didn't really matter. It was just, you know, I thought I'll have a little look when I get home. So the console in question is a box NES in not bad nick, to be honest. He's alright. I have got 2 boxes like this. The same variant, you know. But I know one of them's got the Super Mario Brothers sticker on it, came with the Super Mario Brothers game, and the other one's the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles version. So I don't know what I'll do with that. Probably move it on an event if, you know, next year if we get to one, or, you know, it can go into storage for a bit. But it's nice. It's all quite clean. It's all in there. 2 controllers. Yeah. So that's that. So now, obviously, you've guessed that the games are NES games. Anyway, I didn't look. I honestly didn't look. I just, they came, they were in this box, just like that. So I just sort of scooped it up. I didn't want to be rude and start, you know, eyeing up games and things like that. We'd agreed it, so I was sort of getting out of there. So I chucked it all in the car, came home, had a few jobs to do. It was still in the car until the Sunday evening, and it wasn't until then that I actually took them out and started to look. And there's some nice games, there really are. So there's four loose cartridges, and the rest are boxed. First one, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. I have got that a few times. There. Second one, golf. I don't think I've played this. I like golf games as well. I'm not sure if I've got it or not. I'm really not. The label's just coming off a little bit on that one, but we can fix him up. We can clean him up. The cartridges are quite clean. Next one, Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. I've actually got this boxed, so that's another one to trade in or move on. Fourth one, Silent Service. Not played it, really don't know too much about it. It did come with its little case and the instructions, but no box. So, don't think I've got that. You can go into the collection. So then on to, oh no, apologies. One last loose. That might be then that there's 3, 6, yeah, 9 boxed. 5 loose, 9 boxed. WrestleMania Challenge. I think we all know what that is, and I have already got that boxed as well. So onto the boxed games, and these are not in bad condition. The first one is Captain Skyhawk. It seems like, I don't know if you would call it vertical or isometric. It's a funny one, but looks a nice little shooter for the NES. I've not checked all of these yet to see if they've got the manuals. I've checked a couple. That one's not. It's got the foam. Just get him back in. But not got it. So yeah, we'll see if we can tidy the box up a little bit, perhaps put him in a protector. He can go in the collection. The next one, and this is in nice nick, A Boy and His Blob. For anybody that doesn't know about A Boy and His Blob, it's a platformer, and you have like a little blob friend that follows you around, and you feed him various different flavoured jelly beans, and he takes different forms to help you complete the level. It turns into different things depending on what flavour jelly beans you give him. It's nice. It's a nice concept. I'm not massively into platformers myself, and I do have this, but I don't have it boxed. I've got a loose copy, and again, no manual unfortunately with that. So it's nice and clean though. So again, I'll move on my my loose copy and put that into the collection. Next one, Defender of the Crown. I think I got, when I first looked at this, I thought this was a different game. I thought this was some sort of strategy game, you know, like things like Civilization and stuff. But it's not. It's more of a knight simulator, if you like. Seems like you do various different mini games, jousting, various different bits and pieces. We'll give it a go. Again, not bad condition. Box is quite nice. Not sure if it's got the manual or not. Oh, it has. So, again, not got it. He can go straight into a box or a bag, go into the collection. Okay. Next one, a game I love, play quite a lot on the NES, but I think I've got this box, but I don't think the box is in as good a condition as this one. So I might swap it out. I may not. It might be loose. I'd have to double check. But Punch Out. It's not. Unfortunately, it's not the Mike Tyson Punch Out. Just the standard Punch Out. But again, nice condition. Not too bad. 7 maybe. 7 out of 10. This one's not got the foam at the bottom, but we can fix that. The label's coming off a little bit, but again, we can fix that. No major issues. Let's see if we've got the, yeah, manual. Manual's not too bad. Seen a lot worse. And its dust tray. Let's just pop that back in. Okay, next one. Noah's Ark. It's quite a nice little platformer actually. You have to complete the levels before the world floods. The water sort of comes up from the bottom. Colours are nice, the graphics are nice. It plays well. It's not a game I've got. So again, another one for the collection. Box. It's not great there at the bottom, but I'm sure I can tidy that up. Again, a little bit of a tidy up. Put it in a box protector. It'll look quite nice. So another for the collection. It's nice when you get them for the collection, isn't it? Which one should we do next? I think maybe this one. Dragon's Lair. Game I used to play on the Amiga. Beautiful graphics, but plays well. I don't know about the NES copy, the NES version, but it is different. This is a platformer style, but incredibly difficult by all accounts. I watched a review by the Angry Video Game Nerd, and it's quite funny. It's quite funny. If you get 5 minutes, go and watch his review of this on the NES. Again, box isn't bad, not too bad at all. It's got a bit of shelf wear, but I'll take them all day long. Should we see if it's got the manual? That's because I genuinely don't know. Yes, we have the manual. Come with the manual. The cartridges, fine. Not too bad at all. Nice and clean. Again, it's got the foam and the dust cover. If I can get it out to put it back. Just pop him back in. Get in. Again, I might have that loose. I'm not sure. I don't know. I've certainly not got it boxed, so it's definitely another for the collection. There, and this one, another Amiga game. Well, a game that I played a lot on the Amiga back in the day, and it's North and South. I actually thought I had this, and for whatever reason I thought I had it boxed. And in my mind's eye, I even thought that the box was battered, but after looking, it seems that I haven't got it. So, well chuffed to actually have this in the collection. Unless it's the Amiga that I've got it on. I can't think why I was so convinced that I actually had this. And like I say, now I've looked, I don't. And the box is beautiful on this. It really is nice. It's in nice condition all the way around. Now this is one that I did check, and there is no manual for it, unfortunately. So I'll be on the hunt for one of those. The cartridge is all nice and clean. So again, another one, get boxed up, put on the shelf. See, they're getting a bit better. Last two. This was one I actually hadn't heard of this one. I'm sure it's a fairly common game. So I did look at a little review on YouTube, and it looks really good. It looks very Double Dragon-y, but it's called Street Gangs. Again, box is not bad at all. These have been fairly well looked after. Again, you know, I'll take them like that all day long. No manual. I think I did check this one, but I couldn't remember. Yeah, no manual. Again, dust cover. Cartridge looks sweet. Nothing wrong with that. And the last one, which when I actually looked in the box on the Sunday evening and seen that this was sort of sitting there, it just made it, you know, it was just like the icing on the cake. It was like, wow. Probably glad I didn't notice it earlier actually, before I'd picked it up, because you know, it's one of them things where you think, oh, you know, I've got to get this. I mustn't let this one go. But really nice surprise to see this sort of sitting in the bottom of the box when I took them all out. And it's Castlevania 3, Dragon's Curse, Dracula's Curse even. Game I've not got at all. Unfortunately, out of the boxed ones, this is probably the worst. I mean, it's not bad. It really isn't bad still, but I don't know if you can see just on that edge. There's just a bit of shelf wear, but again, might be able to fix him up, and certainly once he's in a box protector it'll look different again. So yeah, that I was made up to see that hiding there in the bottom of the box. Unfortunately, I have checked this one and I do know there's no manual, and I don't think it's going to be very easy to get one, very cheap, let's put it that way. Got the dust cover, foam, and the cartridge is lovely. Cartridge is very nice as well. So yeah, that was it. So for £150, I think I did alright. Well, I know I did alright. Box NES, Pioneer amp, SNES Classic, 4 crappy Game Boy games, and a nice big box of NES games. So yeah, I was chuffed to bits and thought some lovely stuff to add to the collection. Gives me the opportunity to do another video, hopefully you know, a bit better quality this time. We'll see, I don't know yet, obviously I've not uploaded it. And yeah, and that's it I think for now. I did pick up, I did have another pickup. I picked up an arcade 1-up Pac-Man machine that Stu Tutor UK tagged me in on Marketplace, and it was very nice actually. It was a really nice example. It was in lovely condition, so I went and picked that up, and I did consider keeping it for about 2 seconds. As nice as it looked for the games room, I got it at a really good price. I knew I could flip it and make some money on it, so I did. I tried my luck and it went immediately, almost immediately on Marketplace for the asking price. So I made a few quid on that. That came in and went straight back out. So there was that, but to me, I just thought if I'm going to make room in here for another arcade machine, it wants to be a proper one, not an arcade 1-up. Not that I've got anything particularly against them, and I think if it'd probably been a different game, I would have probably kept it, but I can't see myself playing Pac-Man, you know, day in, day out, you know. I know you can mod them, but it was just one of them that I'll try my luck. If it doesn't sell, then I'll keep it. But it did. It sold pretty quickly. So that went. And I don't think I've picked anything else up of any note yet. But hopefully that will change. We've got a couple of irons in the fire at the minute, so we'll see how they turn out. I did get back in touch with the lady that had the NES off once I realised that I had no manual for Castlevania, and just said, look, if you do come across any of the little pamphlets, the little booklets for the games, give me a shout and I'll pop over. And she did say she certainly would. She said if she comes across them, she said they will be clearing out between now and Christmas. So she said she'd give me a shout. So that'd be pretty nice if that turned up, obviously. So yeah, fairly short and sweet, I think. I don't really know how long I've been on now, but I'll wind it up. Thanks again for watching my first video. The people that commented, kind comments, I can't thank you enough. And I will see you again, hopefully before Christmas. Bye.